Hey, thanks for showing up on this page. I'm really excited to get to deliver some pretty cool concepts and some information that maybe you haven't considered before in regards to why you're holding on to excess weight on your physical body. Are you storing excess fat somewhere on your body that you'd really like to get to the root of? Have you been to the gym multiple times? Have you changed your diet? Have you maybe lost the weight a few times and then it comes right back in the same places? Well, there's a reason for that. And the reason is you didn't really get to the root cause of why you're storing that excess weight. So today I want to outline some of those things in this video, and then you're welcome to scroll through this page and get a little bit more clarity as to what this program and this course is all about and what it can help you do in regards to helping you get to the root issues of why you're holding on to excess weight that maybe you would like to resolve once and for all in your lifetime so that you can put this issue behind you. Now, holding on and storing excess fat on the body is directly tied to how you feel about yourself. So your metabolism is directly linked to a part of the brain that is tied to the feel good feeling. So, how you feel about yourself. And those things are closely related. So, if there's something going on inside of you on a subconscious level that's putting you into a state of inner turmoil or self rejection or self doubt or just a lack of self esteem in any way, then you're probably going to notice it in biological ways showing up on the body as excess fat being stored. Sometimes we'll hold on to weight because we're in a state of protection mode. So maybe because of the pains of the past or because of problems such as dramas, traumas, maybe even sexual or physical abuse that we've experienced. And if that was a pretty severe pain from the past, likely your subconscious is going to want to protect you from experiencing that in the future. So it will build a fortress around you in a very literal, physical way. And so you've got to release the pains of the past. You've got to forgive, and you've got to let go, and you've got to identify, what dramas and traumas have I experienced over the course of my lifetime that maybe I'm protecting myself from moving forward. So, and also, depending on where you store the excess weight, is also telling a story about what this is about, what your body is saying to you and about you. So, for example, I'm not going to go through all of these, but we're going to get into this in the course. But for example, if you store excess weight around the upper body and the arms, this is the heart chakra. It's about laws of love. So maybe somewhere in your life you experienced some drama where people broke laws of love and harmed or wronged you in some way, and you have not yet released and forgiven, or you've not yet processed that information to bring it back into a state of love and resolution. So if that is the case, you're going to probably likely store fat cells around that region of the body. And one of the reasons that you store the fat cells is because the body creates weakness where there's distorted energetic information. And if that energetic information is distorted, you're going to hold on to toxins. It will be a weak point in the body. All kinds of things will happen. So these things all come with biological consequences. Let's move on down from the heart to the upper gut. If you store fat in the upper belly area, like from about the sternum down to the belly button, then that has to do with your personal power. That's your power center. And so maybe you could look at your life and decide, where in my life have people been stepping all over my personal power or resisting me from attaining my potential, my true potential. If you store excess weight in the lower belly and even down into the hips, that can be about family relationships, emotional upsets and issues, and from the pains of the past. If you store weight down into the legs and the thighs, or even the hips as well, that can be about not feeling safe. So if you're storing excess weight in the hips and the thighs and the lower belly, then there is something, or there has been something that's gone on in your life in the past that has caused you a tremendous amount of concern or pain or worry or problem that has not yet been resolved within you. Maybe you feel unsafe in your family relationships. So you can take a look at what does that look like for you. When you get into the course, we'll give you tools and techniques for how to clear and process and release that for good so that you don't have to carry this around forever. Um, Also, another thing about people who have excess weight that really either they can't let go of the weight, or when they do let go, it comes right back. Sometimes those are the people that also have some addictive little quirks going on in their personality. So either OCD or an addiction to sugar or alcohol or something like that. Now, alcoholics have a tendency to love sugar and sweets and carbohydrates. Why? Because your body converts that stuff into sugar and then into alcohol, right? And then you get your fix. So you kind of have to backtrack that and look at what is the inner turmoil that's going on inside of me that needs to fill this void or numb this pain, this inner turmoil that's going on within. So, the main reasons why we hold on to excess weight is because we're disapproving of ourselves, we're lacking in self esteem in some way, we're rejecting ourselves, or we're trying to protect ourselves from something. We're trying to fill a void. And we typically will use food or alcohol or substances to do that. Weight can also be the result of fear. So, fear of man. Again, we talked about your power center. If you're being stepped on in the upper gut and you have fear of people overstepping their bounds in your life and you don't set up healthy boundaries, it's probably going to show up there. Failure, abandonment, rejection, guilt, shame. So, if you are eating and then you feel guilty after because of what you ate or how much you ate, sometimes the guilt alone has a worse consequence than the actual food that or the quantity that you ate. So, kind of looking at some of those things. If you, when you look in the mirror and you don't like what you see, then that's a pretty good indicator that you've got some healing to do on the level of self esteem and with the weight issues. I invite you to keep scrolling through this page, read what this course is all about, and then I can't wait to take you on this amazing journey of helping you get to the root cause of what's really going on so that you can release this, clear it, process it for good, and put it behind you once and for all. This is a mighty work. It's a sacred work, and it's a required work. I engage in this work mainly so that I can teach people how to become the kind of person who no longer requires this biological problem in their bodies any longer. So click the buttons down below and let's get you started, and we will see you shortly. Take care, everybody.